take a while to appreciate this panorama. The one really cool thing about these panoramas is the more people you play with, 4 total. You play with 2 people, you get the opposite frame back to back. You play with 3, you get one guarding the right flank. You play with 4, you get one guarding the left flank. The panoramas and dioramas change. Ah, it looks so pretty. I'm sorry, my computer is really bad, and Satchit's computer, which is where we put all the things, is really good. So, eventually we'll turn it on and just be like, oh, this is pretty. But, the panoramas change depending on who and what you're playing with. This is in-game. It is a third-person shooter, which is ambidextrous, if I can find the correct button. No, that's a waypoint button. There we go. So if you prefer being on this side, which looks kind of dumb unless they changed it to left-handed, that's fine. If you want to get a different kind of screenshot, you can do that too. Just using the Steam screenshots, you get some pretty high-res images. Now, this game isn't exceedingly demanding. You can turn off reflections and depth of field and stuff like that, and still get a wonderful experience out of this. Networking is the only real thing that isn't too wonderful about this game. They could really work on it, as well as in-game chat. Chat servers are down a lot, not to mention that the in-game voice chat is really quiet and really aggravating to use. Now I really hope, there we go. Let me just explain how stealth attacks work. Absolute and complete biokinetic robot murderization. Like so. Behold, I have angered the Grenier, so maybe I'll just blow him up. What do you say to that, huh? This game is a fast-paced, shoot 'em up, slash 'em up, bloody mess of glory. But if you don't want it to be, that's okay, because these people are cool and understand that America and its neighboring countries sometimes have morals. So you can literally bring down the gore with a slider. Granted, they haven't worked on it much, they haven't optimized it, so occasionally you won't see blood, but they will end up sliced in half. So things can get kind of weird when it comes down to that. But the fact that they're already pursuing that makes me really happy, because a lot of families have morals that their kids don't like to acknowledge, i.e. me, but we'll get to that later. Maybe we'll never get to that. But if you have a moral, you know, that says to not, you know, kill other people, which technically these aren't people, they're just clones of people, but you know, that could be pretty scary for some kids. So if your kids are like, your mama, I want to play Warframe, like, you know, uncle, you know, does, why uncle, I don't know, like my brother does, you know, that's okay. You can make it more kid friendly, kind of like we are as a channel. But, which we need to work on getting, some old Ginger to be a little bit more kid friendly, otherwise we're gonna have to censor some stuff. But, oh, I've been invited to a gaming community. Well, how about that? I feel so special and loved. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this, let me explain. Where was I? Oh yes, gore. But, I've kind of concluded that. So the basic way that this game works is, everything is a series of combos or charge attacks mixed with parkour and gunfire. So like if I just press E multiple times, which I really like that they made E melee, because it's right there at your fingertips, so you don't have to, you know, like in certain games like Battlefield, you have to set the knife to middle click on PC, so you can get a nice, you know, if you're firing but you come up to someone, you can just what-cha and slice them right in half. But that can be annoying, and it can mess up some like sniper scopes and stuff like that, so they just decided just to make it a key that you can press right away. And the melee goes in whatever direction you're facing, not whatever direction, or whatever direction you're looking, not whatever direction you're facing, which I personally think is awesome. So this game is pretty easy to control. It flows with you, which I appreciate. As for ranged weapons, most all of them are optimized to be useful at any and all ranks. You can just find yourself with a low level, but you can bring it up to your level, and if you don't want to spend money on a blueprint. Also, I'm going to explain that in another video, the way that the free-to-play factor of this works. And I have to say, in my experience with free-to-play games, it is my favorite free-to-play experience I've ever had. Especially since the entirety of the game, except for clan dojos, is set, that was slash dash by the way, in a PvE environment. So it's not like another player is going to be better than you. He may or may not be getting more kills, but it doesn't depend how many kills you get. It's the affinity and the, hold on, there we go, that's Radial Javelin. It's the affinity and the drops and stuff like that that really count. You could not spend a single cent on this game and have every single item. Let me just start by saying that. There is no limit. Thank you for not pressing that button. Oh no, he pressed the button! Ah, oh well. Not a single cent. And you can have everything in the... Are you really gonna do this right now? I'm trying to have a conversation with YouTube! Thank you. Whoa! His own grenade blew him up. I'm sorry. That was funny. That's another thing they don't have right now is Tenno grenades. I hope that happens soon. But what they do have is large amounts of content, replayable content, mind you, that never really gets old, and when it does, that's right before the new update comes out, and the new update makes it phenomenal. That's it. What was I saying? Before the Angry Grenadier got in the way. Okay, Statue doesn't remember either. You're worthless! I'm kidding. You gave me a job. Oh yes, about how every single game, or weapon in this game, or Warframe for that matter, is acquirable. The parts come in blueprints. Blueprints require materials, which you've seen me pick up. The little orange canisters, like that guy who blew himself up and dropped one. They give you mats, which are useful in making blueprints. Blueprints are practically like timed builds. You can buy the things and they'll be fully ranked up, but if you want a better experience in crafting something, feeling like you really deserve it, and to stick with lore and truthfully to get some experience on your way and not spend a single cent, that's okay. Buy a blueprint, get the mats, and build it. So in that way, I got the Frost Prime blueprint, which is one of the hardest to get, but thanks to the RNG gods, I got it in 5 voyage runs. You can check out the forums or the, it's preferred if you're looking how to make something, go ahead and look it up on the wiki and not the forums, because the forums, that's not what you're there to do. But if you're looking for a good time, fan fictions, concept arts, go to the forums because they're nice there and they do nice things. But as I was saying, everything is acquirable. I made this Cronus, which is the second sword acquirable in the game, simply using the in-game credits, and it barely took me any time. Granted, the build times can be a little much, but while you're waiting on your 12-hour to 24-hour to 72-hour wait, 72 is only for the Warframes though, 12 is for the weapons, and 24 is for accessories of any sort, which are not necessary accessories except for the alt helmets, which are also acquirable through drops or, what's the other thing, alert missions are not cosmetic, because they're cosmetic for the sentinels, which I will get to in the next video. But other than that, everything is free and acquirable through in-game methods. So that's about it for this video. I'm going to explain more in depth in the next video, but we are running out of time and my forehead is sweating. So I'll get to more things in the next video, but until then, enjoy this video, check out the other videos on the channel, kick back, relax, and subscribe. Talk to y'all soon.